multiplication of fractions, we have to change all whole numbers and mixed numbers to improper fractions. Okay, so for example, if we had this problem here, 7 7/9 divided by 1 11/45. Okay, first thing we got to do is change them to improper fractions. Now, we're adding and subtracting fractions. We had to have the common denominators. Don't have to have common denominators. Okay. So we just multiply this out, change it to an improper fraction. 7 times 9 is 63. 63 plus 70 would be 70 over 9. Divided by 1 times 45 is 45. 45 plus 11 would be 56 over 45. Now, here's the one different step, okay? I can't remember if we've talked about this year or not. Reciprocal. Okay, we talked about reciprocal, and I don't know if we have this year or not. I know we did last year and the previous year. But when we're dividing fractions, you're simply going to keep the first fraction the same, 70 over 9. We're going to change this to multiplication. Okay, and then we're going to do the reciprocal of the second number. That means we flip it. Okay, and that's your problem. 70 over 9 times 45 over 56. Now, we can do the same thing we did with fractions when we're multiplying. Now we can cross cancel. Is there a common factor between 9 and 45? No, listen to what I'm saying. Is there a common factor between 9 and 45? Don't say 5. Don't say 45. 9 is the common factor. Okay, what you're doing is you're saying how many times does 9 go into 45, and you said 5. That's not the common factor. Okay, the common factor is the 9. 9 goes into 9 once. 9 goes into 45 5 times. Okay? Now, is there a common factor between 70 and 56? Yes, there is. One that's very obvious to start off. Even more, should be more obvious than that. What are the two factors that you multiply to get 56? What are the two most common ones? What? 7 and 8. Does 7 go into 70? Yes. So let's start there. 7 into 70 goes 10 times. 7 into 56 goes 8 times. Well, 10 and 8, do they have a common factor? 2. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So realistically, the greatest common factor between 70 and 56 was 14. Okay? But if you didn't see that, then you do it that way. Divide it by 7, then you divide it by 2. Okay? And now, so we have 5 times 5 on top, 1 times 4 on bottom. And what is 5 times 5? 25. Over 4, which is 6 1/4. Remember how we got the 6 1/4 is we take 4 into 25. 4 goes into 25 6 times, be 24, remainder 1. Take the 1 and put it over the 4. And so that's how we get 6 1/4. Okay? Now, it doesn't change whether it's negatives and positives or whether they're all positives, they're all negatives. That doesn't matter. Let's look at this one. Negative 16 over 21 divided by 18. Okay, the first one is a proper fraction, so we don't have to do anything to it. Second one, our divisor is a whole number, so we have to change it to an improper fraction. What is 18 as an improper fraction, Copeland? 18 over 1. So we have 16 over 21 negative divided by 18 over 1. Well, now we have to change it to multiplication. We change the division to multiplication. Okay, and we do the reciprocal. So negative 16 over 21 stays the same. This changes the multiplication. The reciprocal of 18 over 1, 1 over 18. Okay, so we have to do the reciprocal of the divisor, which is the second fraction. The first fraction never changes. It's just the second one that we change. Okay, now we cross-cancel where we can. You look at 16 and 18. Is there any common factors between 16 and 18? What? 2. 2 goes into 18 9 times. 2 goes into 16 8 times. Now, obviously, between 21 and 1, there's no common factors except 1. Okay? So, on top then, you have 8 times 1 over 21 times 9. Okay? And this is a negative 8, so 8 times 1 is negative 8. And 21 times 9 is what? 189. So we have negative 8 and 189. Now, the only factors of 8 are 2 and 4. Okay? Well, 189 is not even, so 2 or 4, neither one are going to go into it. So that's as far as it will go. All right, try this one on your own. 6 and 6/13 divided by 2 and 28 over 39. I'll give you a minute or so on that one. All right, let's look at it. If you're still working on it, continue to work on it. We change 6 and 6/13 to an improper fraction. Okay, what is that as an improper fraction? 84 over 13. Okay, divided by, what is 2 and 28/39 as an improper fraction? $106. Okay, 2 times 39 is 78. But then you have to add the 28 to it. No. 78 plus 28. Okay, 8 plus 78 is 86. Plus 20 more would be 106 over 39. Okay, now 84 over 13 times 39 over 106. Okay, there's a common factor. 13 goes into 13 once. 13 into 39 goes 3 times. So the common factor was 13. Common factor between 84 and 106. Okay, 4 doesn't go into it. Obviously, we know 2 does. Let's try that. 42, 53. So that gives me 42 times 3 on top, 1 times 53 on bottom. 42 times 3 is 126. 1 times 53, 53. So I'm going to divide 53 into 126. That goes 2 times, it'd be 106. Remainder 20. Take that 20 and put it over the 53. So it would be 2 and 20 over 53. Now, obviously, remember, a negative divided by a negative equals a positive. Okay? A negative divided by a positive equals a negative. Okay? A positive divided by a negative equals a negative. So the only times it's positive is if it's 2 positive numbers divided by themselves or 2 negative numbers divided by themselves. In those 2 cases, it would be positive. If it just has 1 negative sign, it's going to be a negative answer. Okay? All right. I'm going to turn you loose on your homework so you'll have time to... Yep. All right. Going 16 through 35. 5.5, 16 through 35. Okay, we still got about 25 minutes left in class. That way you'll have time to work on it and ask questions if you have any.